The Switch 2 launch is over. All right. And I mean it officially. It's actually completely done. And what do I mean by that? I mean, there was a hype for about 2 days for the Switch 2. Okay. Everyone ran out and got their Switch 2s, or their Switch 2s got delivered. They installed Mario Kart World. They played it for a day or two. And then over this weekend, everyone sobered up. All that buzz that everyone had, that day one hype Switch 2 excitement, fizzled out. And then people realized, oh, this is Switch 2. Let me take a look at it. Kind of looks like the Switch. It kind of feels like the Switch. Huh. Well, I played Mario Kart. Let me see what else I can play on there. Where are all the games? I love it. How about the doesn't even matter me, right? One game. I don't know why. I bought a Switch 2 with no games to buy. That's it. There's nothing on here. There's literally nothing to do with your Switch 2. Once you've bought it and you've played Mario Kart, you're done. There's nothing else. It's a paperweight. Switch 2 is literally a $450 paperweight. There's nothing to do with this console at all right now. Now, give it a few months, you'll have some more exclusive games that will come out for it. But right now, you have two options. Play Mario Kart World or play games you already played on other platforms for an exorbitant amount of money because they're all charging top dollar on Switch 2. Play Cyberpunk again. Play Bravely Default again. Play Street Fighter 6 again. But I already have those games on superior platforms as well where they run better. So why would I want to rebuy them on Switch 2 for $70 a pop? And the answer is, you don't. So the Switch 2, after that 2 days of euphoria where everyone was celebrating Mario Kart, has lost completely its momentum. After this weekend where you had Summer Game Fest, now Xbox Showcase, people stopped buzzing about it. And in fact, it's hilarious that the whole attitudes on the internet have shifted from, wow, this is exciting, to, wow, this is boring. What am I doing? Now, here's the major problem. Mario Kart World, all right? To be transparent with all of you now, I've now played Mario Kart World for about 9 to 10 hours. I made about 8 videos of it, okay? Each video about an hour long, some a little bit longer than that. So what's the deal with Mario Kart World, okay? In a nutshell, better graphics, okay? Nostalgia bait. Yeah, for sure. Absolute nostalgia bait. If you're a fan of previous Mario Kart games or just Nintendo as a creative company and all their IPs and everything. But outside of the graphics and the nostalgia bait, Mario Kart World literally has absolutely nothing of substance. And you might say, I don't get it, but it's a new Mario Kart and we haven't had a new Mario Kart in over a decade. You're right. And Mario Kart World did absolutely nothing to innovate or add anything new whatsoever to the franchise. It's exactly the same. I mean that. It literally is the same as previous Mario Karts. There's no new added spin, no new way to play. It's the same exact game. Okay? Thank you, Dimitri, for putting us on the front page of Kick. I appreciate that. Now's a good time, actually, for that as I begin to talk about Switch 2 and Mario Kart World. Excellent. Thank you, Dimitri. Okay, so, FYI, Mario Kart Worlds only has exactly the same amount of tracks as every previous Mario Kart and nothing more. It's 8 circuits of 4 tracks, so 32 tracks. That's it. They didn't add anything new. They didn't say, hey, because we're charging you $80 this time, we're going to add more content. Absolutely not. It's exactly the same amount of content again, okay? There's no actual new controls or anything to it. It's exactly the same. It still implements all the things from previous Mario Kart. So, for example, when you're doing an aerial trick, you can either press the trigger or you can wiggle your switch to do it however you want to do it. But there's nothing in there at all that's innovative or new or different. When you go to the open world, which is supposed to be their selling point, right? Oh, there's an open world in Mario Kart now. Wow, that's amazing. It's completely devoid of any kind of energy, character, and point. You think as soon as you join the open world, it would be like, welcome to the open world of Mario Kart. Here, you can complete challenges, which will earn you unlocks. There's a, get this and unlock a secret area and do this. Nope. They just throw you into the open world and say, well, just mess around. What do you mean? What am I doing? What's the goal? Why am I here? You figure it out. Well, I bought your game. You tell me what I'm doing. No, you figure it out. Oh, okay. So as you start to explore the open world, you actually realize there's nothing in it. It's just a bunch of pointless challenges where you do, grind on this rail and collect coins. Okay, complete the challenge. What did I get that for? Nothing. Oh, look, there's 5 hidden question mark things to drive over. What do you get when you find them all? I don't know. So why would I do it? If you can't spend 5 seconds to explain to me why I need to explore your open world, why would I care about it? Nintendo couldn't even bother to do that. Like, don't even tell me what's fun about this new feature. Thanks, Nintendo. So what ends up happening is it just becomes a hub. While you're doing the online play, the open world is a hub that you just endlessly drive around while it's matchmaking you for online matches. And you'll occasionally find things, and maybe you'll do a thing here or there, but it's just not special. It's boring. It's literally incredibly boring. And that's their new thing that they added for Mario Kart World. When you talk about the online play, they've completely ruined the races. How? Because there's no more circuit or even set of races. It's just individual one-off races. So no race feels like it's actually important. There's no ranking system in the online play of the game, which is hilarious. Every other game now that has competitive online play has some kind of a ranking system where you tier up, right? You could go to different levels. Oh, you're a rookie, then you're a master. Oh, you're gold or silver tier or whatever it is. Not Mario Kart World. They couldn't be bothered with that. Instead, you get a number that you either gain points or lose points depending on how you place in a race. And it's just a number that means absolutely nothing. You get nothing for it. You don't really show up anywhere. No one's going to celebrate if you're the best Mario Kart player because you have a high number in single races. No one cares. So ultimately, all your online play is for nothing. Now, there are 3 online modes. Single race, which is literally you drive around in the open world waiting for it to matchmake. Then you get in a race and you race, and then it's done, and you get points or lose points. And then you're back to the open world sitting around waiting again for the next race, and then it just endlessly does that. Like I said, there's no circuit, there's no overall winner, there's no pedestal, no one's awarded a trophy, nothing. You just do it for literally no reason. Like, there's no point to it. It's stupid. The way that they've designed it is flawed, okay? Then you've got battle mode, and battle mode also is awful. Battle mode is a throwback to SNES Mario Kart, where you're in a very small arena. My hair's all screwed up today. You're in a very small arena, and in that arena, with all these other players, you have balloons and you have items. And all you do is you drive in a circle, grabbing items and hitting other players with them until their balloons are gone. Done. Now, this was cool during the era of SNES because it meant multiplayer on your SNES, and it gave another spin to the game. Today, Mario Kart's about racing. The battle mode is boring as hell. Like, I played it a couple matches. I was so bored to tears, I never booted it again. The one hidden gem in Mario Kart World is Knockout Tour mode, which actually is the one new thing that's in the game. So what is Knockout Tour? It is an elimination-style race of 24 players. At first, there's all 24 racing through a map to a goal. When the first 20 qualify, 4 get knocked out. Now only 20 get to continue to drive. And the good thing about Mario Kart World is they made all the courses connect. So now you can keep driving and connect all these different courses together, keep eliminating 4 more at each checkpoint. And it's actually quite exciting. It's invigorating, and it's very, very fun. It took me a while, but I finally won one of these matches, and it was super cool. It's probably the only mode I would ever go back to in Mario Kart World, because listen to this. I beat the entirety of the game, all 32 courses, at the highest difficulty of 150cc in one sitting of 3 hours. I unlocked all of that in 3 hours. Done. Okay, let me go online. Well, single race mode sucks. Battle mode sucks. Ooh, Knockout Tour is fun. So I ended up playing a couple hours of Knockout Tour. So overall, I made 8 videos, like I said, around 9 hours of Mario Kart World. And there's literally no reason for me to ever boot it up on here ever again unless they add more content Or if I feel like I want to play the Knockout Tour mode for an hour or two for some fun online play, but outside of that, the game's done already. And that's the flagship launch title they put on Switch 2. They didn't give you a 20 to 30 hour Mario Odyssey. They didn't give you a 40-hour Zelda. Hell, they didn't even give you a fun 10 to 15-hour Donkey Kong. They gave you a 3-hour Mario Kart, and they sold it for $80, telling you that was the system seller for this $450 paperweight. This console is a joke. It does not innovate whatsoever. Taking this controller off magnetically and using it as a mouse is not innovation. You can have a mouse right now on your PC or console. That's not any added value. The fact that they've caught up with other consoles and now can do 4K is not innovative. It doesn't give added value. It's just playing catch up. This thing is a ripoff. There is no reason to own it unless you absolutely need to play Mario Kart right now, and you will be done with it within a day like everyone else is. People are literally saying, what do I do with this now? What was the hype about? You have to understand something about Nintendo, because I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Nintendo doesn't improve because there is a fan base that buy Nintendo no matter what mistakes they make, no matter how underwhelming their stuff is, the fan base still buys Nintendo. So Nintendo has absolutely no reason to ever improve. Why would you put something new, special, or innovative on the Switch 2 when people are going to buy it anyway? You know how hard it was to get this thing? It was hard as shit to buy this thing. Ridiculous. Waiting in queues, clicking, have to be there at a super special time when it drops to get it. And you get it. What do I have this for? What am I doing? Why, it's buyer's remorse. What the hell did I waste all my time on to get this thing when there's nothing to do on it? It's a joke. And it's the same thing when people keep rewarding mediocrity, mediocrity will never improve. Nintendo will never put the extra effort in to make something special if you keep rewarding them with your money. Do you get it? I am a content creator. It was my job and responsibility to get this thing and to tell you the truth about it. But everyone else who ran out and bought into the hype is now feeling it in their wallets. Damn, I just dropped all that money and I got nothing to play on this thing. I don't want to play a game again I already played on something else and spend $80 to buy it. What a ripoff. Well, then why'd you buy the Switch? Why? Why did you get it? It doesn't seem to make sense. It's just really weird that people buy into this bizarre hype. And again, to reiterate my point, when you reward bad behavior, it never improves. So take a look at Nintendo's history. Every time that they actually do something wrong, they get bailed out anyway. No one liked the Wii U, so what did people do? They ran out and they bought 1 million amiibos. So Nintendo made an insane amount of money anyway, even though their console and games weren't selling. So why should we change? I just don't get it. It's very bizarre. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Switch 2 is a huge disappointment. And now, much like every other Nintendo console up to this point, besides maybe the SNES, I have absolutely nothing to do with my Switch 2, besides maybe every once in a while, say, hey, let's do a night where we just do some Mario Kart Knockout Tour and just have some fun, see if I can win a match or two. That's it. There's nothing else to do with this thing. Now, in a month, there's the new Donkey Kong, Bonanza. I am excited for that. That looks good. But this will now collect dust for a month. I have nothing to do with it. It will sit around, pointless, complete waste of time and money. What's hilarious is everyone who ran out and bought carrying cases like me, okay, I'm guilty of this, and all these accessories, what do you need it for? There's one game. Oh, yeah. Anyway, so Switch 2 is already dead. It really is, like, legit, no lie. Everyone over the weekend was like, wow, that's really it? And then started talking about another game that they saw at State of Play or Summer Game Fest, and now this morning, Xbox Showcase. This is completely already done. So